Get ready to be amazed by incredible numbers, interesting stories. Did you know that during World War II, the British government created an ingenious plan to protect their factories from German bombing raids? They built a fake town, complete with streets, buildings, and even fake streetlights. This town was called the British Air Ministry's Shadow Factory, and it was built to confuse German bombers. From the air, it looked like a real town, and the hope was that the bombers would be confused and drop their bombs in the wrong place. This clever tactic actually worked, and the factories were protected. Today, this fake town is considered to be one of the most successful military deceptions of all time. Fact 2, did you know that the construction of the Great Wall of China, which spans over 13,000 miles, required an estimated 1 million workers? It is one of the most iconic structures in the world and is considered the longest wall ever built. Let's continue to the ancient city of Babylon, located in modern-day Iraq. Was once the largest city in the world with a population of over 200,000 people. It was home to one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, which were said to be an engineering marvel. Up next, the Panama Canal, which connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Took over 30 years to build and cost a whopping $375 million, equivalent to over $9 billion today. It required over 27,000 workers and is considered one of the greatest engineering feats in history. Fact 5, the Battle of Stalingrad, which took place during World War II, was one of the deadliest battles in history with over 2 million casualties. It is considered a turning point in the war and led to the eventual defeat of the German army. The next fact, the world's largest empire by land area was the British Empire, which at its peak in the early 20th century covered almost a quarter of the world's land surface. It was home to over 400 million people and had a lasting impact on the world as we know it today. The Library of Alexandria was once the largest library in the world and contained over 500,000 books, including rare manuscripts from some of history's greatest minds like Aristotle, Homer, and Euclid. The library was founded in Egypt in the 3rd century BC by Ptolemy Isoter, a general and one of the successors of Alexander the Great. The library was not only a center for learning but also a place for scholars to gather and discuss ideas. It is said that it was the largest and most significant library of the ancient world. Unfortunately, the library was destroyed in a fire, and many of the texts that it contained were lost forever. Nonetheless, the Library of Alexandria remains an iconic symbol of learning and scholarship. Fact 8, the ancient Roman aqueduct system, which brought water to the city of Rome, consisted of over 400 miles of aqueducts and required an estimated 30,000 workers to build. It was an incredible feat of engineering that still amazes people to this day. Fact 9, the world's oldest known tree, a bristlecone pine in California, is over 5,000 years old. It has survived through countless natural disasters, wars, and human development and is considered a living piece of history. Let's continue. Number 10, the tallest man in recorded history, Robert Wadlow, was 8 feet 11 inches tall and weighed over 400 pounds at the time of his death in 1940. He was known as the Gentle Giant and remains a fascinating figure to this day. Fact 11, the ancient Egyptian pyramids were not built by slaves, as is often believed, but by paid laborers who were well fed and housed. It is estimated that it took around 100,000 workers over 20 years to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. Fact 12, the deadliest pandemic in history was the Spanish flu, which swept across the world in 1918 and infected an estimated 500 million people, or 1/3 of the world's population. It is estimated to have caused between 50 and 100 million deaths. Fact 13 on the list is that one you probably never thought was true. The Great Wall of China, one of the world's greatest engineering feats, is actually not a single wall but a series of fortifications and walls constructed over centuries. The wall stretches over 13,000 miles, 21,000 kilometers, and took over 2,000 years to build. Fact 14, and most people don't know this, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, was originally built as a temporary structure for the 1889 World's Fair. However, it was so popular that it became a permanent fixture and is now one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world. Fact 15, the Black Death, a deadly pandemic that ravaged Europe in the 14th century, wiped out an estimated 30% to 60% of the European population. It is believed to have originated in Asia and was spread by fleas on rats that infested ships. Fact 16, the Mona Lisa, painted by Leonardo da Vinci, is one of the most famous paintings in the world. It is housed in the Louvre Museum in Paris and is estimated to be worth over $800 million. We hope you enjoyed learning about these fascinating historical facts and that you have gained a new appreciation for the incredible achievements of our ancestors. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it with your friends and family and hit the subscribe button to stay tuned for more amazing content like this.